let's now draw for that rest action. Oh, by the way, we are bold. We are in a 2. We passed. So if we were in a settlement, the draw would be 2. We're not in a settlement, so the draw is 3. Our danger level is 2. It's that Void Hound. The Void Hound is back. All right, fella. So this will be... the Void Hound is inadvertently helping us. We haven't had combat this round. This will be the first combat of the round. If we beat the Void Hound, which the Fugitive Fop is probably just going to shoot it before it even gets to bite the Void Witch, we're going to lower the danger level in the Wasteland. All right, so put that there for now. Let's get... I really should just set him aside. He keeps coming out. Instead of just putting him in the discard pile. Hello, Void Hound. We remember you. Fugitive Fop begins by assaulting the Void Hound with a point of armor, the weighted pistol, and the Deadeye shot. Should be a solid combo, right? The throwing knives are no good because it's armored. So here we go. A perception of 9 because we ate some Frog Eye Aspic, and the power die, of course, can do funky things. All right, so we succeeded with 5 points of damage. We ignore 1 point of armor, so it's 5 points of damage. All right, so he is going to get a chance to chomp the Void Witch. The Void Witch will... Its attack is 5, right? She will guard. So agility of 8. Lots of failures all around. The guard prevents 1 point of damage, so 4 points of damage. Oh, shoot a monkey. We are ambushed because we are bold. Unless you're slinking around. Yeah, shoot. All right, so an ambush means everyone in the party needs to check perception or they lose their power die. So if I lose the power die for either of these, I'm going to re-roll their attacks. So here's the Fugitive Fop's perception of 9, succeeded. Here is the Void Witch's perception of 9, because she's focused, succeeded. Here is the Fishy Confectioner's perception of 7, succeeded. All right. So at any rate, all these fail. The one intercepts 1 point of damage because it's onslaught, and because I didn't put the guard token down. Because she's guarding, it's going to be a 6. So 5 points of damage to the Void Witch. The Fishy Confectioner. Hey, maybe the Fishy Confectioner will finally kill something and get some experience points. Using a Spiked Maul, ignore 1 point of armor. Rolling against a strength of 7. Successfully kills the Void Hound. And that gets him 2 experience points and 2 gold. We are going to set this aside here. It lowers the danger level here to 1 in the Wastelands. And we don't have an encounter. Right, that was instead of our encounter. But again, I can't. So your current space raises the danger level here. So we raised it to a 3. We fought the Void Hound, which turned it down to a 2. And that's there. All right, here we go. We are marching into the Goblin Fortress. If we draw a 6, the danger level is 6. We may very well encounter an epic monster. Whatever happens, we will most likely, we're going to encounter something. So, yeah, I mean, I don't like the Void Witch being as hurt as she is, but I'm not going to stop and rest. Might be a good time to use chicken feed, use a shrapnel bomb. It's a spider cider. Oh, to make her exalted. Oh, do we want to drink that? We don't want her to be poisoned. Before we go on, I think she's going to drink the spider cider. If you drink, so here's a weird thing. If you drink the spider cider during battle, you are blinded. And what blinding does is it lowers your perception, which really the Void Witch doesn't need in battle. But if we just drink it, we have to make a Constitution check. Oh, shoot a monkey. The Void Witch's Constitution is not good. So if you fail, you're just poisoned. Yeah, so this isn't actually good for the Void Witch. She has to make a Constitution check to become exalted. Now, whether you pass or fail, you're also invigorated and blinded until the end of the fight. We are going to give this to the Fishy Confectioner, because being invigorated would mean he gets +1 strength. In cautious stance, we are moseying into the Goblin Fortress. Now is the time to play Griegs in the Hall of the Mountain King and draw a danger card. A 2. All right, good. So a low number means it's going to be a relatively innocuous. Oh my God. This is awfully anticlimactic, walking into the Goblin Fortress and finding 2 monsters. Well, Tower Island becomes more dangerous. Oh, I haven't been reading this text. What happens at Tower Island? Why does it go from a 4 to a 5? Because hulking inhuman shapes are spotted shambling across the shore of the Tower Island. That's why. That goes there. Tower Island becomes a 5. And we draw 2 monsters. Once we kill them, the Goblin Fortress will be slightly pacified. First, we have a Goblin Dog, right? Yeah. Maybe he'll be more effective than his Void Hound friend. Attacks the lowest agility, which is, of course, our Fishy Confectioner. Along with the Goblin Dog, a Morbad Gomper. Looks like a Nugbear to me. He will glom onto the lowest Constitution, which is the Void Witch, which I'm okay with. He has Infect and Slime. Pursue, if we're bold, would apply here, but we're not bold. Okay, look, here's the thing. This Morbad Gomper, let's take a closer look at this guy. You'd think he'd be pretty tough. I mean, he's got worms crawling in and out of him. Look at, he's only got 3 hit points. And no armor. He only attacks with a 3. Easy to defend against. I guess the Infect and the Slime are bad news, but... Alright, this is a pretty... I mean, really, Goblin Fortress? This is what you've got guarding you. Alright, the Fugitive Fop will start us out with... I guess this attack of 4 is the biggest threat. I'm confident the Void Witch can protect herself. And I don't want him to get any more dang wounds. So let's try the weighted pistol. Because if I get a 6 or higher, I will tranquilize it on my attack roll. So here's the attack roll. Here's the power die. We missed the attack. Oh, quick shot. I can swap a power die, a regular die, or I can swap the power die with an attack die. Boom. So look, a 4 is lower than my perception of 9, and my power die of 6 kills the Goblin Dog. That Deadeye shot is awfully useful. On to the Void Witch, who will guard. Yeah, we don't want to get slimed, and we certainly don't want to get infected, which will waste a turn of healing. The agility roll she has to make is an 8 in both cases. Do I want to... there's kind of no point. Like, firing up the Mystic Shield is a bit of an overreaction at this point, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and get in the attack. I'm confident we'll be okay. Well, okay. So we defended, which means this intercepts all the damage, and we hit for 2 points of damage. All right, you got lucky, Morbad Gomper. Now the Fishy Confectioner right here, rolling against her strength of 7, hits and kills the Morbad Gomper. So that is, first of all, goes down to a 5. The Goblin Fortress is safer. 1 point of experience for our Fishy Confectioner. 1 point of experience for our Fugitive Fop. A loot roll of 1 for each of them. Fugitive Fop finds no loot. The Fishy Confectioner gets 2 rolls because she is a looter. Neither of them hits. So that's us moseying into the Goblin Fortress. Now that we have arrived, let's explore it, which will do a couple of things. It will connect it to our caravan, for starters, and it will also let us... It's not outdoors, so we can't pick herbs. Okay, okay. It won't let us do much except connect it to the caravan, which is what we want to do. So we are resting in bold stance, because you have to rest in bold if you want to explore. And let's make our morale checks. So the fugitive fop's accustomed to comfort, won't matter. Even if she fails, which she didn't. Yeah, I didn't even need to roll that. The Void Witch is injured. Her morale, oh shoot, I'm going to lose my focus. That's okay. I mean, I knew this was going to happen. Her morale of 6 succeeded, which heals up all of her points. Now here's the main event. Morale of 6 normally. He is blessed from smoking goon grass, so we're rolling against a 7. We succeeded and healed up 7 points of damage. That is exactly what we needed. So from 8 wounds to 1. All of these come off. They were fun while they lasted. So we have rested now. Its danger level is 5. We are indoors, so this is a failed roll. And, well, all right, let me show you. Infernal demons bent on conquest march to battle from out of the unfathomable depths of the hell pit. So this raises the danger level of the hell pit. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh, it's a 6. All right, so when the danger level raises in a space that is a 6, there are no 7s in this game. You know, it's based on D6s. What are you going to do with a 7? They don't exist. It's not a number that's been invented yet. When you raise a 6, the Hand of Doom comes out to the space listed on the card, in this case, the Hell Pit. We would put the Hand of Doom on the Hell Pit. It does a couple of things. It makes the Hell Pit perilous. You can't rest there anymore. Actually, you can rest. Perilous just means you can't recover. You can't do a recover roll. So when you get hurt on a perilous space, well, you're going to have to go somewhere else if you want to rest and heal up that damage. More importantly, though, what the Hand of Doom does, it adds a token, a Doom token to the board. If there's ever 6 of them, the game is over. But more importantly, you start drawing these Doom cards. And Doom cards have a significant effect on the game board in varying ways, and they're all related to the different regions. For instance, there's a Doom card, I think, in the Highlands that says, hey, there's refugees now streaming out of the towns trying to escape the Hand of Doom. You can't fast travel anymore. There's one in the lowlands that superpowers undead creatures where they all, without fail, have the keyword venom. So it's the Doom cards that really get you. And furthermore, when you go into the space where the Hand of Doom is, because you can go in there, you can make a magic check to try to slap it away. You have to build up magical points. Which reminds me, yeah, that's going to hurt. You know, we've got a couple of 7s. At any rate, you move into the Hand of Doom space, you accrue magic successes to slap it away. That lets you remove a token from the board here, where, so you've got 5 spaces. I forget if you lose on a 5th or a 6th. But at any rate, so the Hand of Doom itself, and by the way, when you march into the Hand of Doom space, you draw a sign card. And those, there's only about 8 of them, those all do terrible things to you. I think one of them is even like, make a Constitution check or roll a d6 and take that many plague tokens. The sign ones are painful. It's really difficult to walk into the Hand of Doom space and fight it. It's painful. And the Hand of Doom adds these region-wide debuffs. So at any rate, here's a 6. The Hand of Doom is going to appear in the Hell Pit, but this now is where this luck comes into play. So we are going to spend 1 point if you spend luck equal to the number of party members, which is 3, 1 point from the Fishy Confectioner, and 2 points from the Fugitive Fop. Now you might wonder why I did it that way. If you recall, there's a monster ability curse, and that means you lose a point of luck if you don't make a magic roll. These guys are the ones most prone to failing their magic roll. I think her luck is pretty safe. Okay, let's now resolve this. Our danger level is 5. We're indoors, so we drew a 4. All right. 5 creatures and an encounter. Let's check the encounter first. In the Badlands, a derelict flying jar. Right? It's an encounter. A strange and enormous vessel like a jar. It's a UFO. We've just run into a UFO. A strange and enormous vessel like a jar, crafted by Titans, lays half buried in rubble. Oh. It's not much of a UFO if it's not flying. Its structure is elaborately decorated with intricate glyphs. We can search it or ignore it. Well, we can't do anything with it until we deal with these 5 monsters that have attacked us in the Goblin Fortress. So we waltzed into the Goblin Fortress and found it lightly guarded, but we raised a ruckus, and now these 5 creatures are running in to mess with us. This is actually a good time to have this battle. We've got everybody healed up. We have a shrapnel bomb. The chicken feed is there. All right, I got a good feeling about this without even knowing what's out yet. An orc butcher. You'll note an orc is indeed a goblin. Indoors. Oh, no. If we're in cautious stance, which we're not, it's a dimwit. Why is it dumb if we're tiptoeing? Highest constitution. A more bad fighter. Remember, we had a more bad gomper before. Then I get this guy's armor. Yep, look at that armor of 2. Highest morale. An orc masher. Lowest strength, which is the Void Witch. You'll note the orc masher has pain, and we have a painkiller, which does what? Discard it to become immune to pain till the end of the fight. A salamander. Regenerate. Okay, that's the one I was thinking of before. It doesn't have to inflict wounds to heal itself up. Highest perception. So let's put that, I'm pretty sure, on the Void Witch. And a goblin goon. So nobody's showing up with rallies or ambushes or anything like that, which is fine by me. This guy's berserk, so he's going to be a 4 on his first attack, and then he drops down to a 2, which isn't that adorable. Highest strength. Oh, by the way, 2 things. The first, I didn't do my exploration check when we rested, which was the whole point of coming into the Goblin Fortress, was to explore it. So I'm going to roll my perception. But before I do, the second thing, why didn't you guys tell me my collar was screwed up? How long has it been that way? Oh, you know what? It's not screwed up. This is how wizards wear their collar. All right, let me real quick back up. The perception check, it would have been against an 8, so it's an explored space now. That's the whole point of the resting. We now have a full caravan, but then this gets drawn. These guys attack us. Now we're back to battle. I think I'm all caught up. All right, couple of things. I do want to win this fight. I could pop a smoke bomb and just run off. We're not going to do that. We're going to fight these fellas. We're going to start with a shrapnel bomb. Combat action. Discard to inflict d6 plus 1 on each swarm, a d3 plus 1 on each other monster. Yeah, so we're going to fire this. Oh, agility 7. Yep, I'm okay. So they have the same perception. I can choose which one goes first. The Void Witch will go first. As her quick action, she is going to throw a shrapnel bomb. Now here's the question. Discard this card to inflict d6 plus 1 on each swarm and d3 plus 1 on each other monster. Oh, it even answers. Roll separately for each. I was wondering if that was one. Yeah, of course that makes sense. People are hit differently by an explosion. Of course they are. If you roll a 6, you inflict piercing damage. Okay. Oh, right, because things have armor. Oh, all these things have armor. Literally, all these things have armor. All right. I suppose that's a facet of the Badlands, is it? Yeah, well, it is a plus 1 damage, so we're going to do at least 2 damage to everything. All right, so let's run down the list. This is a quick action we are doing before her main action. It will... Oh, yeah, okay, so it won't interfere with popping the Mystic Shield. All right, so here we go. D3 plus 1 to each monster. The More Bad Fighter, 2 points of damage, both of which are intercepted by the armor. The Orc Masher, 4 points of damage, 1 intercepted by armor, so 3 points of damage to him. The Salamander, That is 3 points of damage, 2 intercepted by the armor. 2 points of damage to the Orc Butcher. He had 1 point of armor. And then finally the Goblin Goon, 4 points of damage. He's on the verge of death. This is discarded. Now the Void Witch's action, she will defend with these 2 dice. She will raise the Mystic Shield using her magic of 9 with this, and because she's defending, the power die applies to the agility roll for defense. She succeeded at defense, blocked 4 points of damage, which blocks both of these. Yeah, regenerate just means you heal up 1 point at the end of every turn, right? So all the damage is intercepted, and this is a misfire on the Mystic Shield. All right, that was her guard. Over now to the Fugitive Fop, who will attack with, yeah, clearly the weighted pistol, because this guy's got the 2 points of armor. We'll ignore 1 point. We're rolling against perception. Our defense is rolled against our agility. We will be on guard stance, which means we can't use the Deadeye shot, but I'm okay with that. We failed the defense, intercepted 1 point of damage. We did hit him, and the total attack roll is in excess of his added hit points and armor. So he will be dazed, which means his attack will only be a 2. But first we resolve, by the way, the defense before this fires off. So we defend 1 point of damage, we take 3, then we apply dazed and do damage. And the damage is 5, which kills him. You gotta be careful with those tranquilizer darts. And then over to the Fishy Confectioner, who will guard using a 7 on attack and defense. A dimwit. We actually need to roll. Oh, no, sorry. Remember, it's a dimwit only if we're cautious. And a berserk means this guy is a 4. So we've got a 4 and a 5 coming in at us. We succeeded in our defense with a 6. We failed miserably with our attack, which if we'd had that shield, it would have broken a second time. On to the next round of combat. Let's start with the Fugitive Fop, who, these throwing knives, not against armored. Let's use the weighted pistol against the... Oh, this guy regenerates his point of damage. This guy's no longer berserk. Let's use the weighted pistol against the orc. That is an attack with perception. We've got tranquilizer darts loaded up. We're rolling against a perception of 8. Failed. We now go to the Void Witch, who's going to try to fire up her Mystic Shield. Agility of 8, magic of 9. Well, we got that up. We missed the defense. We intercept 5 points of damage, which means we take 4. I will intercept the pain, of course, so that I don't have a risk of getting stunned. The Mystic Shield gets 3 wounds on it. And over to the Fishy Confectioner, guarding, with a 7 and a 7. We will attack the, of course, the Goblin Goon. Actually, no, we're going to attack the Dimwit. This guy's never going to score a hit. He only hits on a 1 or 2, now that he's not Berserk anymore. So, attacking the Dimwit. We failed defense, but the 6 will intercede here. We're going to take 2. Remember when I said he never hits? Well, we got 2 points of damage from the Goblin Goon. This is a successful hit for 2 points of damage, one of which is knocked off by the armor. The Orc Butcher is now at 2. Now the next round of combat. Fugitive Fop, trying to take out the Orc Masher. Succeeded for 6 points of damage and killed it. I mean, yeah, let's just keep putting points into the Mystic Shield. So it's only going to do 4. We might take 1 point of damage if our defense fails miserably. Let's assault. No, to be safe, let's go ahead and get the shield just charged up. So against a magic of 9, we succeeded. We failed our defense, but the 6, because we were guarding, intercepts all the damage, and we're now going to put 4 tokens here. And then finally the Fishy Confectioner on defense. We will try to finish off the Orc Butcher, of course. Failed our attack, failed our defense, intercepted 1 point of damage. Ugh. So we are taking 7, that's 6. So from 3 to 9. Now the next round of combat, and I need to remember my Fishy Confectioner will be gourmet feeding on some goblin flesh after this battle. Fugitive Fop, let's go for this Orc Butcher. Salamander's not going to hurt the Void Witch. We have the Tranquilizer Darts loaded. We're rolling against a perception of 8. That is a hit for 4 points of damage. -1 is 3. So it is now at 5 damage. Oh, we could use the Deadeye shot. That won't make a difference. Yeah. That was the assault. Let's now go ahead and assault the Salamander. So using our agility of 8 for an attack, agility of 8 for defense. The defense succeeds and intercepts all the damage, so it doesn't even touch the Mystic Shield, and the attack fails. And the guard for the Fishy Confectioner, trying to finish off the Orc Butcher. And we could theoretically die. Okay, well, the attack hits. The defense fails, but intercepts 5 points of damage, which stops this. We take 2 from the Goblin Goon. Remember when I said it would never hit us? Well, the guy's proving effective. A 4 and a 3 finishes this guy off. On to the next round with our Fugitive Fop assaulting the Goblin Goon. I'm even going to unload the Tranquilizer Darts just to be safe. We hit, we kill it. And then the Void Witch will assault, because the Mystic Shield is protecting her, with her agility of 8 on both rolls. Succeeds at the defense, hits for 5 points of damage, -2 is 3. And then the Fishy Confectioner. Oh, I didn't do this, right? The Fishy Confectioner is not going to attack the Salamander. Why, you wonder? I want the Witch to get to use her Sacrificial Dagger. So on to the next round, we begin with the Witch's Assault. It misses. That misses, but defends for 5. The Fugitive Fop and Fishy Confectioner are just going to hang back. Yeah. So the Witch goes again. The defense succeeds, the attack succeeds, and does 6 points of damage and heals us up 1 when it kills the Salamander. Oh, the Salamander's been regenerating. So he would have regenerated, he would be down to 1 point. This 6 right here would inflict 4. Right, so now it's at 5. I think I'm doing that right. And then it heals to 4 at the end of the round. That's what we're doing, is we're up against its regeneration with its considerable armor. So actually, let's try... Oh, why wasn't I decaying before? All right, so again, the Fishy Confectioner and the Fugitive Fop are hanging back. Did I give myself... I think I already did, so I don't have that yet. We are going to use the decay action. Choose a target monster, make a magic test. If you pass and your highest die is equal to or greater than its value, which is just a 1, it's corroded and it takes damage equal to the lowest die. All right, so a magic test is our attack, which did succeed. It will do 2 points of damage, and your target becomes corroded. Corroded just means no armor or -1 armor. Oh, corroded means no armor. However, the defense succeeded. So with no armor, actually it won't matter, because if we're doing 4 points of damage, we kill it anyway. Let's see, so normally the order would be, I think you resolve the defense, then you resolve whatever the combat action is, right? So anyway, no damage, then this fires off. Oh, here's what's the order. Are you corroded first and then take damage? I think so. I think it applies the effect first and then applies the damage. Yeah, because it takes damage equal to the lowest die. At any rate, it is dead. Now we have destroyed it, and we heal up a wound, right? 1 point of experience, 1 point of gold, a ton of wounds. Oh, and well, let's finish this off. 1 point of experience, 2 points of gold, which puts both of these here. And let's see, 3 points of experience, 4 points of gold. So from a 1 to a 4 for experience, from a 1 to a 5 for gold. A loot roll of 3. No loot, a loot roll of 1. No loot, 2 loot rolls of 1. 1 loot. The fishy confection, a barbed whip. It's an agility attack and is a quick action. A monster loses evade, pursue, and skirmish. All right, so if something is going to skirmish, which means at the end of the round it runs away and raises the danger level, the barbed whip will keep it there. And it's an agility attack. Who wants a barbed whip? And it requires agility of 7. I'm not sure it matters so much. It does have reach, so let's go ahead and give it to the Void Witch. We succeeded in the Goblin Fortress, so it goes from a 5 to a 4. It is explored and forms a continuous chain through the Watchtower to Pigskin Port. So once we get back to Pigskin Port, we will succeed our mission. But here is my thinking. So here's the problem with going back, not the problem, but the opportunity with going back to Pigskin Port to turn in the quest and finish the objective. This way here, if we fast travel and make our constitution roll every time, will be 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. Now, that's assuming everybody makes a constitution roll and doesn't get fatigued from the fast travel. Given that we have a constitution of 7 of 5, and we don't have trail rations, so that's probably going to be 4 to 6 turns. If we come back through here, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 turns without the risk of a failed constitution check preventing a fast travel. Furthermore, I kind of like the idea of going to the bandit camp to explore it and therefore connect it to our caravan route and therefore get 4d6 of gold for each character. That's a crazy amount of gold, but we want that. And maybe even along the way, exploring some of these paths between the Goblin Fortress and the bandit camp, because these explorations are they're infrastructure for all intents and purposes. And if we then launch a war against the goblins afterwards, which will either be doing that or unifying the Highlands, we've got an easy route to take over the Goblin Fortress. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cross overland through the Badlands, through this last chance right here, to the bandit camp. Then after we explore the bandit camp, we'll turn in the quest at Pigskin Port. So, all right, let's begin a journey across the Badlands. Oh, shoot a monkey.